Hello and welcome to the Magic of Maths with me, Mr Numbervator. When we are looking at percentages, decimals and fractions, we can look at what we call equivalent fractions, percentages and decimals. That means we can look at what a half is as an equivalent percentage and as equivalent decimal as well. So I've got a game that we're simply going to play, and by playing my game, it's going to help you to remember and to recall equivalent fractions, percentages and decimals. So I'm using the game to create some excitement. If I was with you in the classroom, I would get 3 or 4 children to come to the front, and each child would hold one of these boards, and then a 4th child would try and match them up in the quickest, the shortest time. But we're going to do it as a group in the classroom using my 3 boards. So I'm going to take a half as a fraction. 1/2 as a fraction is equivalent to 50%. How do I know? Well, 1 whole is 100%, and half of 100 is 50. So a half as a fraction is equivalent to 50%. And I know that 100% as a decimal is exactly the same as 1.0. So if I want to work out and find out what a half as a percentage is 50, as it is as a decimal, I can halve 1 whole to get 0.5. So now I have got 1/2 is equivalent to 50% is equivalent to 0.5 as a decimal. Equivalent fraction, percentage and decimal. Let's try another one. I'm going to take 3/4. What is 3/4 as a percentage? Well, I know that 1/4 as a percentage is 0.25. How do I know that? I know that because 100% as a fraction is 1 whole. 50% is a half as a fraction, and half of a half is a quarter, which is 25%. Now, if I know that 1/4 is 25%, 3/4 must mean 25% plus 25% plus 25%, and that equals 75%. And 75% as a decimal is equivalent to, if you look at the numbers, it can help you, 0.75. So now we've got 3/4 is equivalent to 75% is equivalent to 0.75. Equivalent fraction, percentage and decimal. Let's try another one. Now, I've given you this one already as a clue earlier. We know that 1/4 is equivalent to 25%. Can you tell me what is 25% as a decimal? Are there any clues in the digits? You've got it, 0.25. So now we've got 1/4 is equivalent to 25% is equivalent to 0.25. Equivalent fraction, percentage and decimal. Let's try another one. Now I think this one you're going to get really quickly. I have got 1/10 as a fraction. Can you guess what 1/10 is as a percentage? Yes, you're correct. It is 10%. Do you think that's going to be 0.10 as a decimal? Or could it be something different? Yes, you are. I can hear you shouting. It is 0.1. I could have put the 0 there. It would mean exactly the same thing, but we always recognize it as 0.1. So 1/10 is the same as 10% is the same as 0.1. We're doing really well. Let's look at 1/3. I wonder if anyone can tell me what is 1/3 as a percentage. Does anything here give you a clue? Yes, it does. It's 33%. And as a decimal, you can see very clearly that it is 0.33. And just to let you know what this little dot here means, this means that the 3 is going to carry on being 3 all the time. We call it recurring. So 1/3 is 0.3333333333. It's going to repeat and recur all the time. So 1/3 is the same as 33%, is the same as 0.33 recurring. And the last one, without me having to tell you, is 1/5 is the same as 20% and is the same as 0.2. How do I know that 1/5 is the same as 20%? Or how do I know that 20% is the same as 1/5? Well, I said it earlier, 100% is one whole. And if I look at my denominator, which is 5, if I do 100% divided by 5, I do get the answer of 20. So that's another way of working it out. But well done, and keep on working hard.